My name is Demi Martinez, and I'm a KIPP Houston High School alum from the class of 2010. My journey with KIPP began when I joined KIPP Academy Middle School in 2004 as a 7th grader. As a first-generation college student, the thought of college seemed very far, almost unreachable. At that time, KIPP taught me that my dream of going to college was not unreachable like I thought it was. Through our college campus tours on the East Coast and West Coast, KIPP gave me the gift of vision. A vision of myself as a college student on campus, walking to my next class and working towards my dream career. In 2013, I graduated from Southern Methodist University with a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a minor in Spanish. Pony up. It was difficult to adjust to this new environment and feel like I belonged, but thanks to the KIPP Alumni Association and KIPP Through College always checking in, I was reminded that there was a team and family rooting for me the entire way, and that I had the ganas to complete this journey. I always knew that I wanted to go into the medical field, but I could not decide what I wanted to do specifically. As life would have it, 1 month after I graduated, my grandmother was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. She played a big role in my life and always looked after me, but too quickly the tables turned, and I found myself taking care of her and driving her to her chemotherapy appointments. As a complication to the cancer, she developed a blood clot in her lungs and was placed on a blood thinner. She was scheduled to see a clinical pharmacist at Harris Health LBJ Hospital before starting this blood thinner. At the time, I did not know what clinical pharmacy was or that pharmacy extended beyond the retail setting. The pharmacist that we met taught my grandmother what her medication was for, how to administer it, what to expect, and how to dispose of it. And at that moment, it was like a light bulb went off for me. I thought, this is it. This is what I want to do. As a clinical pharmacist, I can work alongside a team of physicians and nurses and make a difference in my community, as I educate patients on their medications and make recommendations to improve medication safety. Fast forward 8 years, and I have now received my doctorate of pharmacy from the University of Houston College of Pharmacy. Go Cougs! After graduating from pharmacy school, I completed a first year of residency at the VA clinic in Corpus Christi. And now, I'm currently completing my second and final year of residency in Houston at Harris Health System as an ambulatory care pharmacist under the direction of the same pharmacist that treated my grandmother 8 years ago, and the person who inspired me to go into my pharmacy career, Dr. Munoz. Dr. Munoz, thank you for being here today. Will you please stand to be recognized? KIPP taught me the importance of team and family. As my KIPP teachers would say, when a teammate needs help, we give. This drives my passion for giving back and serving the medically underserved patient population of Houston. We are all one team and one family rising together. KIPP faculty and staff continue to guide me through my journey throughout my postgraduate life, especially my KIPP high school counselor, Ms. Paola Guerra, who drove to my graduation in Dallas and was also present for my pharmacy school graduation 6 years later. And can you believe she's also here with me today, reign and all. Ms. Guerra, please stand. COVID has made a significant impact in our community. Healthcare workers are striving together to provide quality patient care in overwhelmed facilities. Pharmacists contribute towards mass population immunization initiatives, work in the outpatient setting, providing continued care for patients with chronic diseases, and in the hospital setting, providing pharmaceutical care for COVID-19 patients. As a pharmacist, I am proud to help contribute my skills as we take lead in the management of many of the COVID vaccination clinics within Harris County. On behalf of all medical professionals, I am deeply honored to receive this award. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those powerful words, Demi. Buenas tardes. My name is Moises Mendoza, and I'm a KIPP alum, teacher, soccer coach at KIPP Houston High School, and a proud first-generation college graduate from the University of Virginia. Growing up, whether it was Algebra 1 or AP Calculus BC, I always enjoyed getting up in front of the board and working out problems for the class. Several of my teachers told me that I would be a teacher one day, but my mind was always set on engineering. It wasn't until 2.5 years into my mechanical engineering degree that I realized I was only pursuing a STEM major because I was good at it, not because I was passionate about it. After changing my major 5 different times, I finally realized that my teachers were right all along. I wanted and needed to be in the education field. Being at the University of Virginia was challenging in more ways than one. As a child of 2 Mexican immigrants, one who has been a gardener for over 30 years and the other who cleans houses part-time, I didn't feel like I belonged at UVA. I didn't feel smart enough. I didn't feel wealthy enough. I didn't feel accomplished enough. And I simply didn't feel worthy. I was scared of letting my family down, scared of not fitting in, scared of failing. The truth is, I was seconds away from dropping out of UVA on more than one occasion. Whether it was during my first soccer season when I tore my MCL, or when white supremacists terrorized the city of Charlottesville, or even when one of my best friends passed away only 2 months before our graduation. The first people on the phone when I was struggling was always my parents and my KIPP teachers. I didn't realize this at the time, but from the moment that KIPP Sharpstown founding school leader, Mr. Fu, stepped into my apartment in 2007 for my KIPP home visit, I was being blessed. Blessed with a group of educators that were invested in my success, my family's success, and my future family's success. It wasn't until the end of my 3rd year at UVA when I finally realized that I did belong at one of the best colleges in this country. You see, every year, UVA awards one student with the highest honor that an undergraduate can receive at the university. And I'm proud to say that in 2018, I received the Great Carrington Memorial Scholarship and now have a full ride for a 1-year graduate program at UVA. I can honestly say that I couldn't have accomplished this alongside other achievements without my teachers from KIPP. Time after time, they believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. And that meant the world to me because it reminded me that I'm not alone in this journey. I chose to become a teacher because the fact of the matter is my story is not unique. There are a lot of underrepresented kids who don't believe in themselves and who are scared. I chose to become an educator to support the next family who wants the best for their children but doesn't know how to make that happen. Whether he realizes it or not, Mr. Goldsberry was one of my KIPP teachers that helped make that best a reality for myself and my family. No matter how annoying we might have been in his classroom, he always led with an open heart and put his best foot forward in order to make sure that each one of his students was being challenged and cared for. I want to thank Mr. Goldsberry for always supporting me, from coming out of retirement to coach me as a teacher to being here tonight. Mr. Goldsberry, please stand so we can recognize you. This past year has been stressful, frustrating, and saddening, but it has also been an opportunity for regrounding and reflection. You see, from a young age, I kept the fact that I struggled with my mental health away from my teachers, friends, and even family members. Growing up, I always felt ashamed of this and feared what others would say if they realized that I struggled and needed psychological help. I only wanted them to know the Moy that always smiled and worked hard at everything that he was involved in. But the challenges that COVID has brought all of our families has reminded me that pandemic or not, everyone is going through something. I noticed that my students were doing what I did for so long, hiding the fact that they were struggling and continuing to do their best in their classroom and work as hard as they could in the classroom. Teaching during a pandemic has reminded me to stop and consider the internal obstacles that my students might be facing in a year where they need us more than ever. For those reasons and so much more, I want to thank every single one of our teachers, among all other frontline workers, for all of their sacrifices. I know that this year has brought a lot of adversity and not enough appreciation, but your commitments to our communities have not gone unnoticed. A better world simply doesn't exist without you. Thank you.